Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sulk stream. Top of something to you. Top of the thing. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. I'm very high. Good afternoon. It's nighttime. Hey. Thanks for coming, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope everyone is doing good out there and had a good weekend. If you're drunk right now, that's okay with me. That's fine. I hope you guys are having a good time. And I'm just sitting here slaving away at the Luck of the Irish bar. And, yeah. Too bad I'm not out there. Too bad I'm not out there amongst the people. Alright? I have to be here. I have a duty. I have a job, a calling that I shall pursue. And here I am. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys are good. Tonight we're doing St. Patrick. We're doing a historical documentary on St. Patrick. I know I don't usually do historical documentaries, but I'm going to do one right now, tonight. Because it's festive, and it's in the thing. And you know what? I don't need to explain myself to you people. You know? That's not my job. My job is not to explain myself. My job is to... Anyway. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys know something. I hope you guys are drinking green beer. Do you guys have green beer? Or just any beer? It doesn't matter. Anyways, it's Monday. I know this is a very bad day for St. Patrick's Day, but I didn't plan it. So, the responsibility is off of me. And I know I'm not wearing green because I don't think I have anything that's green. Yeah. No, I think I have a Sulk Stream shirt that has some green on it. But it doesn't matter because I can't find it. It's in the laundry right now. Maybe it'll appear at some moment. It doesn't matter. Right? Tonight's about fun. Tonight is about whimsy, about leprechauns, and gold for some reason. Driving the snakes out of Ireland. Preserving Western civilization. Which Ireland did do. Right? It wasn't taken over by Rome. It wasn't taken over by the Muslims. Except for today. So... Ireland, you got your job cut out for you. You got your work cut out for you. So good luck to you, Ireland. Anyways, I think we should just get going. Because a lot of people are tipsy. And by the end of this, they're going to be pretty drunk. So, well, that's the plan. That's the plan. Anyways, get comfy. Get cozy. Get some nice shamrock socks, I guess. What are those? Leprechaun. Get some leprechaun attire. Get a bottle of something green. Irish whiskey or something. Just green beer. Whatever. As long as you're destroying your liver and your future prospects, I don't really care. If you're working, why? Why? It's a holiday. It's a getting drunk holiday. Don't be working. If you're driving, you're doing exactly what you should be doing on St. Patrick's Day. Yep. Because anything after 5 p.m., people are hammered. People are out and hammered. And especially now here in Florida because it coincides with spring break. So, I'm not going to be surprised if somebody crashes through my living room. I'd be a little surprised. My house is on stilts, so they'd have to catch some air. But anyways. Did I cover everything? It's a Monday. It's a Monday. I think I covered everything. Anyways, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk Stream. And this is called Who is St. Patrick? And the history behind St. Patrick's Day. Drive-through history special. Too long. That was too long of a title. Why'd you have so much title? I don't understand it. Enjoy.
This is Dave Stotts from Drive-Through History. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of green. Who do we have? David, Scott, background, me, and Ardenshire. You destroyed the end tower. Dude.
The date of St. Patrick's death, March 17th,
Scott,
is celebrated
background,
throughout
JD.
the world as St. Patrick's Day.
Just about you've heard.
In America, it's a day
Pamunky.
to wear
Did I already
green,
say Pamunky?
march in parades, visit pubs, and eat corned beef and cabbage.
It doesn't sound like a good thing to have. Corned beef and cabbage. Is that good? Is that something you would eat? Haggis is Scottish, right? I don't think any of the people from the British Isles, I don't know if you'd want to call Ireland part of the British Isles, but you know what I'm talking about. That chain of islands. Not very good cooks. Everything is boiled. But I guess they're pissed drunk all the time anyway. So
Indeed, for Irish Americans, it's a day
Doesn't
of
matter.
ethnic pride. But similar to other special days on the calendar, March 17th
Corned beef is pretty good. Corned beef hash is good. I like corned beef hash.
Meaning. So, what is the forgotten
It's Whacking
history
Day.
related to
Is that's not a real thing? That's a Simpsons episode, right? The Whacking Day where they with the snakes and of course, because there's no actual snakes in Ireland. I don't think St. Patrick was talking about literal snakes when they drove out the snakes. I'm just saying that I'm not going to like clarify on who or what the snakes are, but I don't think he was talking about literal snakes.
Patrick. In this special episode of Drive Through History, we're going to ancient Hibernia, the land of winter, to find out.
Protestants, perhaps? Who knows? Nothing a good car bomb can't fix. By the way, car bombs are terrible. Not the actual literal bombs, but like the drink where you have the Guinness and then the Baileys and then you drop the Bailey. I think whiskey might be involved too, but you drop the Baileys into the Guinness and then you slam it. That's a terrible drink. That's terrible. You have a couple of those and you're like, you're full, right? But then it's a terrible drink. Quimby with his pre-whack snakes. I know. Classic politician. Classic pre-whacking a snake. So it can last longer.
Patrick was born in Roman-controlled Britain in about 390 A.D. When he was a boy, the Roman legions guarding much of Britain had to be withdrawn to defend Rome against invading tribes from...
Scott says, luckily margaritas are green. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're like yellow. Yellow. And they're Mexican. So, the Mexicans already have a drinking day. It's called a Cinco de Mayo. Absolutely no creativity went into that, by the way. It's just May 5th. But I guess we say the 4th of July, but it's more patriotic when we do it.
Central Asia.
There's too many Mexicans celebrating Cinco de Mayo in the United States. I'm just saying, if it was so great there, why did you have to leave? Why'd you leave? Why are you doing that here? Right? Why are you Western unioning money from a Mexican market and then getting absolutely pissed drunk on Cinco de Mayo? You can get drunk, right? But at least celebrate the 4th of July. I don't know. They're looking for reasons to drink.
Soldiers were gone.
Limes are green,
across the Irish,
but lime juice isn't. So there you go.
attacked British coastal regions and carried away thousands to sell into slavery.
Sweet. Irish slaves.
Patrick was probably 16 years old when his village was attacked. He was taken captive here to the rugged shores of Northern Ireland, and he was sold as a slave shepherd to a local Druid chieftain.
Okay.
At the time, Ireland was a vicious...
Sold for what, though? What are you bartering? I have this 16-year-old boy I brought from, not the mainland, but from England. And, because he was actually from England. What are you trading for that? Sheep stuff? Alcohol? It seems like alcohol is pretty easy to manufacture. I just don't see why you would Need that.
land known as Hibernia, the land of winter. Druids controlled the island. It was a
Do you not put
barbaric
sliced
culture
limes in your
that practiced a
margaritas?
variety-
I mean, I guess so, but like, that's not even that's not the necessary part of the margarita. Margaritas are yellow, dude. Look up a margarita, and not like a specifically green margarita, because I'm sure you can find it. Margaritas, anytime I've had a margarita, it was yellow, unless it was pink, and or some other various colors. They can come in a lot of colors, right? But I don't like the colored margaritas. I like the white ones.
of atrocities, including human
white.
sacrifice.
white
Historian
margarita.
Thomas Cahill wrote, Romans, in their first encounters with these exposed, insane warriors, were shocked and frightened. They were howling and, it seemed, possessed by demons. So outrageous was their strength, featuring all the terrors of hell itself.
I wonder if I should be doing
Thomas
this
Cahill,
sober.
How the Irish saved civilization.
Should I be doing this sober?
To tell the incredible story of Patrick, I will be
I don't
traveling.
have anything Irish to drink. I might have vodka, but I'm not. I mean, is that similar? Is vodka the same as like Irish whiskey? Potato, right? I mean, it is made with potatoes, and the Irish love potatoes. That's just a rumor. I don't know if that's true. I just assume it would be, since they would literally die without them.
Nearly 800 miles of
No, I should be
ancient
drunk already.
Irish landscape. For this mission, I got
I can't
myself
do that
a rugged and
retroactively.
reliable Range Rover Defender.
Hold on, Jess. Just bring me a bottle of bring me a bottle of something and a shot glass. I don't even know if we have a shot glass. If we have something, I'll get drunk with you. How about that?
This is a
Against my
2002
better
Land Rover-
judgment. But just because it's St. Patrick's Day, right? Not because of any other reason like I would want to.
Defender 110. It's
Rubbing alcohol
one in a
does not
long
work.
line of legendary
Ardenshire?
off-road-
All right. That will blind me. And then I'll be blind and mute. So then this would just be the Helen Keller stream, where I would just be slapping the keys away like this. What the fuck happened? I shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. Control Z. That was not a good idea. That was simply not a good idea. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oopsie doodle. I don't even know how to reverse that. Wow. What a completely unprofessional thing to do. Now I have to look back up what that... Thank you. I blame...
legendary off-road
I
vehicles by the
blame-
British auto manufacturer.
I
This is a rather
blame...
unique crew cab edition of the Defender. Basically,
Who do I blame for that? I have to blame somebody. Because it just can't be my fault. You know? It just can't. You know, it can't be my fault. I'm not interested in it being my fault, so... Let's see if we can fix this. Can't fix that.
gives you 4x4 style seating up here
Whatever.
with a pickup style area back here.
We are just gonna go ahead
I can only
and
imagine what this thing has hauled around over the years.
wing it.
My first trek from here on the North Irish coast is to Patrick's
On the
first
nor-
home, Slemish.
Anyway, okay. I just started slapping, and there was some probably pretty important tabs up on that. I just don't know where they went. They're gone. They're gone forever. They are gone forever. And yep, they are gone.
Mountain.
Yes, it's the day of silliness, right? So who cares? Let's just ruin the show. If Jess brings me that bottle of vodka with a shot glass or a cup at least or something like that, then I'll get wrecked with you guys. Yeah, do you have it?
Yeah, in the pocket.
That's only...
But you want the whole bottle?
Of course I want the whole bottle.
Okay.
What am I going to do with one shot of vodka? Right? Am I going to boof it? I mean, that would work. I could boof it.
Please don't boof things.
Ah, yes. This is a jar. This is a jar.
We don't have shot glasses.
We don't have shot glasses. We don't use shot glasses, but this is Tito's. So I guess I can use Tito's. What is Tito's? Tito's is Texas. Not a lot. I mean, I'm sure there's some Irish there. But giddy up. What do they say for cheers? Quick alcohol will fix this. Onias. Okay, everybody has to be getting drunk. All right, since this is St. Patrick's Day, I think it's kind of a tradition. Thank you, dear. This is a kind of a tradition, so I don't want to I think everybody should get drunk. Don't make me do this by myself. All right? Don't make me do this by myself. All right? Because I just can't. I just don't want to. Anyways. Cheers? What do they say? Kiss me, I'm Irish? Top of the morning to ya. Okay, cheers. Cheers? Cheers. Okay, we have to do it at the same time. Because, oh, fuck it, I don't care.
In County Antrim, in Northern Ireland, Slummish Mountain, or Slieve Mish, has long been regarded as the location where Patrick was held captive as a slave shepherd.
I'm going to Vegas next month, and I have to, I'm going to be hanging out with, Royce and Mersh and stuff, and, Forrest Mommy's going to be there. And I was thinking to myself, I have no alcohol tolerance. I have no alcohol tolerance. So I have to fix that at least a little bit. Because they're going to make me drink. And I don't want to be blackout drunk after the 2 drinks. So I have to develop a bit of a problem. Just like most Irish.
Slemish Mountain is the plug of an extinct volcano.
I remember my first drink. Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up, Ardenshire. First of all, I used to have a very serious drinking problem. But I got over that, and now I'm just drinking for not a problem. Well, I'm trying to get a problem again. Just a very small problem.
With a steep and rugged top section. And
seriously, that tasted like asshole, though. That was disgusting. But I'll do another one. I don't care.
Smooth sloping fields surrounding the bottom. The mountain dominates.
O'Neill says, I'll grab my D8. That's the best I got. I mean, if you don't drink, I know, despite what you've heard, doesn't drink. And O'Neill, if you don't drink, you don't drink. If you guys smoke weed, I think that's probably perfectly acceptable. I just feel like this is very much a drinking holiday. A drinking holiday, and I want to be festive, and I don't know, dude. It's St. Patrick's Day, and I want to have a drink on St. Patrick's Day. It's been years. I am a full-time father to 2 boys, and they kick the shit out of me, all the time. I get punched in the face in my sleep. You think that's a joke? It's not a joke, all right? Sometimes I just want to have a little bit of John time, all right? So here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Here's another one. Here's another one. I'm not even looking forward to this.
The landscape for miles around. Although usually beautiful and full of wildlife this time of year, Slemish Mountain endures months of wet, cold, and nasty weather.
Oh boy. I am a pussy. I fucking suck, dude. God, I can't. Holy shit, when did I get so gay? I can't believe it. I used to be a party animal. What happened? Me and Jess used to do crazy shit. We used to go out drinking all the time, right? That was our thing. Now we're both just sober. Life comes at you fast. Those 4-ounce big boy
St.
shots.
Patrick's Day,
Is this not a
large
typical
crowds
shot?
hike to the top of
Is this not a
Mountain as
typical size shot?
pilgrimage of sorts.
I don't know
I hear you can
anything.
even
I have a
see
vape. Can
Scotland
you?
from the summit.
It's
I have
a.
a feeling that's probably not
It's
the
a.
case
Is this
today.
too big of a shot? I'm
Let's do
such an
this.
amateur. It's amateur drunk day, isn't it? Onia says, I had a few drinks a few months ago after moving. Hated drink years. Hadn't drunk in years. Not my preference, but a fun change every now and again. Yeah, I can't say I'm an alcoholic. Not by a long shot. not by a wide shot, I guess. But I am festive. And so, honey, can you get me something green to wear? Honey. Hold on.
The work of a slave shepherd was bitterly isolated and strictly enforced. The Druid slave masters were known for their obsession with fear and death.
Yeah.
Human heads were impaled on walls and posts as warnings throughout the whole territory.
Okay.
The local
Oh, my
Druid
pants are already
priests
green.
also demanded human sacrifices to their many gods. Patrick likely observed the
this
ritual of
weird?
the Wicker Man, where villagers were forced inside a huge human figure woven
Is
of
this weird?
sticks. At the end of the ceremony,
Oh, it's
the
like
Wicker
Burning Man.
was lit on fire.
The Wicker Man, like that stupid Nicolas Cage movie that was made off of an even dumber, like older movie, also called The Wicker Man. That was like, I watched it and I was like, this shit is boring. This is a boring fucking movie.
Creating a massive blaze that could be seen for miles.
You wear sky blue on Patty's Day, only
This is the
Americans
awful
think
world
green.
that Patrick experienced while fighting off
The fuck I
packs of
care.
wolves and wild
I'm not
boars on the
Irish.
Slopes of Slunish.
I mean, I could be.
He later
I could be. I mean, my last name is English, but that doesn't mean much.
wrote in his autobiography Confession.
And no, I'm not telling
I
you.
did not believe
Some
in
of
living
you know
God,
that.
nor did I from my childhood, but lived in death and unbelief until I was severely chastised
I
by
feel
hunger
warm.
and nakedness. As Patrick faced his
Onia
first
says, my tolerance is insane. It sucks. I'll drink 3-4 Locos and barely be buzzed. Makes drinking and smoking expensive for me. That's 3-4 Loco. That's like a lot, dude. 4 Loco is like wine. Like you drink a 4 Loco, that's like drinking a bottle of wine. I shotgunned a 4 Loco one time. I didn't puke, but I did wake up extremely hungover.
first months of loneliness, hunger,
41 people.
illness,
Hey,
and
hit the like
despair
button.
here on
You guys hit the like button and I'll do a shot.
He began
How about
seeking
that?
God.
Right?
But after
Here, let me
I
see.
came to Ireland, every day I had to tend
There's
sheep
there's 8 likes on this. If I get 20 likes, I'll do a shot.
and many times a day
I'll check
I
it.
prayed. The love of God and his fear came to me more and more, and my faith was strengthened. And my spirit was moved so that in a single day I would say as many as 100 prayers, and almost as many in the night. And this even when I was staying in the woods and on the mountains. And I used to get up for prayer before daylight, through snow, through frost, through rain. There the Lord opened the sense of my unbelief, that I might at last remember my sins and be converted with all my heart to the Lord my God.
We all got sins. We all had sins, right? And so did St. Patrick's. St. Patrick, right? And so he turned away from God, apparently in his earlier years. His father was a Roman politician in England, right? Because Rome had taken it over, and so he was like well-to-do. But eventually, his town got sacked by Irish slavers, and he got kidnapped and shanghaied, as it were, to Ireland to work as a goat herder or something like that. And apparently the rest is history. It's a very interesting tale of St. Patrick. And he goes back to like save the people and stuff. It's like, it's interesting. he had a whole backstory that nobody knows about St. Patrick. I can legitimately understand why this guy has a day, right? A fairly popular day named after him, which is St. Patrick.
Who comforted me as would a father his son. St. Patrick.
Oh yeah, hit my bonfire. We got these beautiful ones. If you want to buy a shirt, that would be great. Art and Sherry just posted them in the chat. This one's by Despite What You've Heard. It's very nice. Actually, I think I would get this in the sweater because it just looks fucking sick, honestly. Every one of these lines he drew. This took him hours, right? This isn't just like a AI or a copy or anything. This took him hours. Every single line he drew. The Incredible Sulk at the bottom. These are really nice sweaters too. I bought one of these. So hop on over to bonfire.com/The Incredible Sulk and buy a shirt. Buy a shirt. Do it.
Fashion.
13 likes.
To the summit of Slemish Mountain.
I've already done
To think that
2.
Patrick ended up serving 6 long years as a slave shepherd up
You
in
sent
these
the new one?
harsh, secluded hills of Northern Ireland.
Yeah, he sent it. I haven't made the new one, but I'm thinking about making mugs, but I have to do that on a different site. So, mugs are coming. Mugs are coming. Oh my God, what did I do to myself?
Although, I can't imagine the painful isolation, alone.
Arden Shire says,
There's no
"Give your pot of gold to the Irish Sulk." I like that. I like that a lot.
social contact.
I mean, if you guys want to send me physical gold, I will not refuse that, right? I will be like fucking Scrooge McDuck, dude. I'll put it all in a big safe and I'll dive into it and I'll break my neck probably because it's not like a liquid, you know?
No community.
But I'll be happy. I'll be happy.
This stunning landscape.
McSulkio, McSulkio incredible. No, that's not. It's too wordy. Oh, incredible. It's too wordy. McSulky though.
Reminds me of another
John McSulky. That's good.
historic figure that served as a shepherd in seclusion during his
I have
young
silver
life.
too.
David,
I used to have more.
the Old Testament. Scripture tells us that David spent his formative years developing his courage and character alone.
By the way, do you guys? Apparently, there's some sort of large economic recession coming, and is that real? I hear rumblings. I hear rumblings of that. Not that I give a shit in any capacity, but is that actually happening, or is that just? Am I just hearing nonsense from the internet? Because that happens a lot.
In the Judean wilderness.
Seamus McSulk.
While tending sheep, both of these men developed a total dependence.
Hey, Carrie C.
In Psalm 63, when David was alone in the desert of Judah, he wrote, "You, God, are my God. Earnestly I seek you. I thirst for you. My whole being longs for you. In a dry and parched land where there is no water. On my bed I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night, because you are my help. I sing in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you. Your right hand upholds me."
OBNTS says the most pivotal part of St. Patrick's story is destroying the statue of Crom Crouch in Killygluggan. This is where the banished, the snakes comes from. He ended the dragon families of Breffney and Sligo. Interesting. The dragon families. So I would imagine like the royalty of, and they probably referred to them as snakes because a lot of times royalty, even today, is referred to as reptilian or snakes. I mean, have you ever listened to David Icke? Oh my God, we should listen to some David Icke. You guys, we need to listen to some David Icke. We will go down a rabbit hole with David Icke. If you haven't listened to David Icke, go on YouTube. He's got like 4-hour seminars of like, he hits a lot of good points. David Icke hits a lot of good points. The thing about David Icke is then he hits all these really good points about like the Federal Reserve and like international control and like a banking cartel and stuff like that. But then he puts a little cherry on the top and being like, oh yeah, they're trans-dimensional lizard people. And then you're just like, oh. Fucking bravo. Bravo. And he wraps it up all very nicely. He's a very entertaining speaker. I actually was looking into seeing him. However, his seminars or presentations or something like that are like 4 hours long, and they are booked out forever, dude. And they're expensive as shit, but they're booked out forever, dude. He sells out like he makes good money. Don't think he's like some poor like soapbox speaker. He's making some good motherfucking money, you know? So, but I would love to see him. I would love to see him. He's an alcoholic for sure.
After 6 tough years in this area of Northern Ireland, totally relying upon God, Patrick wrote that he had a life-changing dream.
All right,
in
fine.
confession, he recalled,
I'll take this other shot.
one night I heard in my sleep.
I'll take this other shot, but there's only 13 people that like the video. But beggars can't be choosers, you know? So, cheers. Cheers.
Voice saying to me, "It is well that you fast. Soon you will go to your own country." And again, a voice saying
easier.
to me, "See, your ship
Oh, it's
is
getting
ready."
easier.
And it was
Oh,
not
no.
near, but at a distance of perhaps 200
I remember
miles.
this.
Then I took to flight.
I
went
remember
in the
this.
strength of God, who directed my way until I came to that ship.
Dude, St. Patrick was based as fuck, dude. I like the poetry that comes through his prayers, right? And a lot of people don't like associate prayer and poetry, but they're very much the same thing. It's a personal type of poetry that you're kind of reciting to yourself, but you're also reciting to God or like the ether. God. Let's just say God, right? It's personalized poetry, and people write it down, and it's the ones that St. Patrick wrote were beautiful, absolutely gorgeous prayers. I'm a big fan.
Almost immediately, Patrick snubbed his fear of punishment, left his flocks, and walked many days to a foretold location on the Irish coast.
That's a sick car.
He was about 22 years old.
Oh. Damn. Knobsdog says, Bahama John, I am here. Go ahead and start the show. Why the fuck are you always late? Why are you always late? I'm already 3. I don't know if these are called shots, but they're called, I don't know. They're like big. Already 3 shots deep, man. And apparently, I have no ability to hold my alcohol like I used to, dude. I'm like an ex-heroin addict that goes back to the needle, and I like give myself too much, and then I die because I can't take as much as I used to take. God, the years from when I was like 20 to like 26 or 7 or something like that, those were hard drinking years. Now I'm just a little faggot about it. Jeez, I can't even. I'm going to stick it through, though. Knob, drink. Onia says, finally, we've all been stuck listening to John talk rather than do this show, but now he can start. Now I can start, right? Now we can just, because since Knob's Dog is here, Knob's Dog, the head producer of the show, is here. Now we can actually start the fucking show. And now, instead of just me yammering on and fucking drinking vodka, even though my lightweight liver can't handle, I'm 230 fucking pounds. 220. Depending on the day, I am a certain amount of weight. But for some reason, I have zero, not for some reason, I don't drink anymore. So I have zero ability to sustain the beast that is alcohol. Tito's. I'm gonna get silly. I'm getting silly already.
Now, tradition tells us that Patrick caught a ship somewhere between here at Howth Head near Dublin.
Knobstock says, I accept your invitation, Bohemian Jonathan. Splendid. Absolutely splendid.
And Wicklow Head, about
Good.
55 miles south.
John
of
is fatty. I'm actually not fat. I have very little body fat. I'm just really, really buff. You may not think that, but see me in person, because I am fucking jacked.
Geographically, this is the easternmost region on the mainland of the Republic of Ireland.
I'm probably sweating already, but see? Look. I'm fucking jacked, too. It's like, come on.
Patrick the Fugitive traveled back over the Irish Sea to Britain.
My dad was a
There,
bodybuilder.
he joined a monastery and dedicated the next 20 years of his life to
I could lift 315 pounds.
pursuing God
Bench.
and the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Don't make me. You call me fucking fat, I'll strangle you, Knob. I will strangle you to death, right? And then right before you die, right before you slip into that blackness, you're gonna come so hard. You don't even know, bro. Oh, yeah.
Much of what we know about Patrick comes from his own account, confession. It's rather short.
So Monkey
about
says,
six-
I just noticed your screen has its own vape. Yeah, these little razzes. They're actually pretty, they're pretty neat. See? They do a little dance every time you hit it. And then it tells you how much. Yeah, these are neat. I'm addicted to them.
6,600 words in the English translation, but it's filled with incredible personal
Arden
insight.
Shara says, you're not officially Irish until you beat your wife with a bobby hat on. I mean, like, I'm not going to wear the hat. I'm not a hat guy. I'll beat my wife, but honey, she's probably not interested in a beating right now.
8 Latin
She
manuscripts
did make
survive.
shepherd's pie, though, last night. Not tonight. And it was really good. It was a really good shepherd's pie. It's amazing. She's got a bunch of really good recipes, and I'm pretty happy because when we first started dating, she fucking sucked at cooking. But I just kept on beating her.
Earliest being from the 9th century. Another primary source is the Life of St. Patrick, written by Muirchew in about 680 AD. According to Muirchew and other traditions, Patrick spent the next 20 years of his life in Britain and France, studying at places such as St. Martin's Monastery in Tours and the island refuge of Laren's Abbey.
Have you guys seen this guy, the history? Because this drive-through history seems actually pretty interesting. And he's not like all like Jewish about talking about Christianity and stuff. Whenever you watch the History Channel, they really pour on that, like, you know, the BCE thing, like before Common Era and like whatever they sell after the Common Era. I fucking hate that so much. That's the one I had, despite what you've heard, right? Because it's not before Common Era. It's not that. That's not how we're counting time. No, we're not doing that. So I'm not going to fucking say that. It's before Christ and after death. I don't think that's what it stands for, but something. But I'm not doing that BCE shit. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Okay? Fuck that noise. And have you guys seen chess.com try to rename the bishop? Fuck that. No. Hard no.
He ultimately became a priest, probably ordained in Auxerre, France. After 2 decades, Patrick couldn't deny his heart for the Irish people and his calling to return to them. According to confession,
Onia says BCE is gay as fuck. And I totally, exactly. BCE is gay as fuck. And I hate how they're trying to always change these little fucking, oh, no, you shouldn't say that because it's not inclusive. I don't want to be inclusive. I don't want to include you people. How about that? I don't want to include you. What? Now what? It's BC. It's always going to be BC. It's going to be BC and AD. And it's not going to fucking change. That's a bishop. It's not a diagonal fucking thing. It's not doing... No. It's a fucking bishop. It's not a rabbi. It's a fucking bishop.
He had a series of dreams and visions that finally compelled him to return to Ireland. It was about 432 AD.
This drink's going to get me in trouble.
In history, Ireland was dominated by
care.
full-scale barbarism, where murder, rape, slavery, and human sacrifice were commonplace. Nonetheless, Patrick wrote,
Onia says, I'm not even religious, and I think it's fucking retarded to change it. It is, dude. It is. I mean, our entire Western culture is built on Christianity, and not like Judeo-Christianity, just straight up Christianity, because Judeo-Christianity didn't come around until like, what, the 50s or the 60s? So let's not fucking fuck around there, all right? I mean, if we're getting Irish tonight.
Ready to be murdered, betrayed, enslaved, whatever come my way. He had to return for the Irish people he loved.
It's the non-Christian world's nonstop barrage against Jesus, and yeah, of course. I mean, of course. I mean, yes, of course. And I like how Jesus is so punk now, and it's like contrarian stuff. They're like, oh, you believe in Jesus? You're stupid. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking stupid, so sure.
Loved. So. Let's return to
Suck
Ireland
my dick.
And see
How about
what
that?
happened next.
According to one tradition, Patrick returned to Ireland through the Straits of Strangford Lough in about 432 AD. Strangford Lough is a large
432?
sea inlet on the east coast of Northern Ireland. In fact, it's the largest inlet in all the British Isles.
Onia says, imagine telling Jesus you're Judeo-Christian. I bet he'd be like, dude, what's the cross about? What's the cross about? And you'd be like, you don't. It's bad news, dude. Yeah, he'd be probably pretty confused.
Covering nearly 60 square
or
miles.
Not, because he's God.
Strangford Lough is almost totally enclosed by the Ards Peninsula and is linked to the Irish Sea by a long, narrow channel. The main inlet is an incredible sight with at least 70 islands and a number of outcroppings, bays, and coves.
Tradition tells us that Patrick
15 likes. Just 5 more likes until I take this another shot.
Strangford Lough, landing at the mouth of a small river known as the Slaney. Today, this spot is accessible via a road appropriately marked as.
I mean, right? I need to up my abilities, right? I need to up my skills, because if I'm gonna be hanging out with Mersh, and I know I'm gonna be hanging out with Mersh, and like I'm gonna be hanging out with Forest Mommy, and you know she's a lush, so they're going to drink me under the table. I feel like Forest Mommy will absolutely murder me.
St. Patrick's Trail. Here, Patrick is said to have met a local chieftain named Daiku.
Dan Snott's going to be there, too. I don't know where he is tonight.
Daiku gave Patrick a barn about 2 miles up the road that became Patrick's first church. The word for barn in Irish was saval, from which we get the anglicized word Saul.
Saul?
Today, this village is known as Saul in honor of Patrick's first barn church here in Ireland. One of the oldest establishments in Saul is Paddy's Barn, a family-run restaurant, pub, and bed and breakfast. It's lunchtime, so,
Pamunky says, well, my one friend gets so drunk he can't shut off his stream, he just passes out. Who is he? What is his name? Should we rate him?
She's going to have to wait.
Frozen is not the one. So Frozen's Asian, right? And the thing about Asians is they are missing a certain. They're missing a certain enzyme in their body that helps them break down alcohol, which is why they get so red when they drink. They cannot drink very much. They can't drink very much. So I'm not worried about Frozen, and JJ's not going to be there. JJ can't come. I don't think he can. Maybe he can. I'm not sure.
I would say Paddy's Barn knows how to set a table. This is a meal, my friends. fit for a hungry Irishman. All right, so I ordered the roast of the day, turkey, ham, and stuffing with potatoes.
Oh my God, that looks delicious. That looks so good, dude. That looks so good. Shut up. That looks so freaking good.
And a side of sausage and mash. And this is just mash.
That looks delicious. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well,
That looks
French
delicious.
fries? I mean, that'd be chips. How many ways can you serve a potato? By my count,
Dude, so many. You can do baked potato, mashed potato. You can do country fried. You can do the French fries. You can do vodka. You can do a lot of different ways of potato. The potato is a magical plant. It's a magical tuber. And did you know that you can survive only off potatoes? I mean, the Irish did it for centuries, but it has everything a human body needs. I think you might also need like butter or something like that to like round out the fats or something. But you can survive specifically off of potatoes for the rest of your life. Penn Jillette did it. And he lost like 100 pounds doing it. And he didn't want to call himself like a vegan or anything like that because obviously vegan had political connotations that he didn't ascribe to, which I completely understand. But that is what he did. So, the magic of the potato. Oh, and by the way, we do have a shirt that says potato, official food of the Sulk cult. So we respect the potato around here. That's what I'm saying. We respect the potato, all right? If you disrespect the potato, you can't be a part of the cult.
I've got 5. We have roasted, we have fried chips, baby new boiled, mashed and mashed with onion gravy. In case my kids are watching, my broccoli. That was good. Excuse me, sir. You've got a little something. So.
He's trying, and I respect
That hill above the village of Saul is considered the spot where Patrick's barn church first stood.
Knobs Dog says, "Did you know the potatoes came from South America via the Spanish?" Yes, I did know that. Yeah, it was an Incan type of food. It also comes from the nightshade family, which is typically very poisonous.
Many consider this site the cradle of Christianity for Ireland. Following Patrick's death, there was a Christian monastery up there for more than 300 years.
16 likes. 4 more likes, and I will take this shot. I'll even make it bigger. Should I make it bigger? 4 more likes. That's all I need. You guys are all stingy. It's a click. You don't even have to like do anything. You don't have to pay me or anything. Just click the fucking button.
Plundered and burned by the Vikings. A medieval abbey replaced the monastery, but that too was later pillaged and burned to the ground. The Church of Ireland built a new church up there in 1932 to...
Despite what he says, he looks so weird thin. I love Penn and Teller's bullshit, which was pretty entertaining. I watched it when you had to get the DVD in the mail from Netflix. Wow. Yeah, so that's just when fat people become thin. They look weird. They look like meat puppets. Because you don't lose skin, right? You lose fat, but you don't lose skin. Your skin is there, which is unfortunate for a lot of fat people because they become enormous. And then they lose the weight. They actually take accountability for themselves. And they lose the weight, and then they still have all this skin as a reminder that, hey, you fucked up before in your past, and now this is your permanent reminder, which sucks, which honestly sucks. Because even if you get skin removal surgery, you still have a pretty atrocious scar from that. So I feel bad. But I don't.
Commemorate the 1500th anniversary of Patrick's return to Ireland. It is known as St. Patrick's Memorial Church. Let's go take a look.
Stretch marks too. But here's the thing, Monkey. Only certain people are susceptible to stretch marks. Like when Jess got pregnant, I mean, she's been pregnant twice now, but she has minimal stretch marks from both pregnancies. I mean, you can't see them, but I see bitches out there with like very severe stretch marks, and that's bad luck. That's a genetic thing. It is what it is. I mean, not that I'm judgmental towards that, but it is what it is. That's life. You're right. You click, now drink. Well, let me see. Let me see if it's... No, not yet. Not yet. Still 16. Still 16.
This
4 more.
is St.
That's all I
Patrick's
need.
Memorial Church, or simply Saul Church. The church's design matches its early heritage. Its interior is barn-like.
Oh, by the way, I'm watching Severance right now. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
With rough granite walls and a dark wooden roof.
Gorgeous.
The graveyard contains
Everything here is gorgeous. You know what this? You know why the architecture in places like this are? It's because it took a lot of work, right? Modern architecture looks like garbage because it is the least amount of work you can possibly put into something while it's still remaining functional, and that's a shame because people used to work because that's what they wanted to do. That was fun for them. That was how they passed the time. They used to make these beautiful cathedrals and this architecture and these wood carvings, these stone carvings. And it wasn't about like, oh, you know, I'm getting paid to do this work and I better do it as fast as possible so I can move on, so I can finally afford my bills. No, they made the work because it was part of their calling, is what they wanted to do. They wanted to share their creation with everybody for the rest of time. But now we can't do that. Now we can't do that because people have too many bills. Things are too expensive, right? You have to pay insurance. You have to pay the government, right? You can't just sit around and like work on something that you want to work on to make it beautiful. You have to do the bare minimum and then move on because you got to get paid as much as possible, right? That's how it cheapened our society. That's why our society is so fucking blech now. It's so, you know, this millennial gray and everything is cheap and thin and it's like plasticky. It's not fun. It's not beautiful like it should be. It should be beautiful. It's not beautiful. And that's contributing to people's like sadness, right? You look around you, you don't see beautiful artworks. You don't stand in awe of like buildings anymore. Now you're just like, oh, that's another fucking gray building. That's another like, ticky-tacky suburban sprawl bullshit. Bullshit. That's all it is. Sucks. People shouldn't have to work so hard. We shouldn't. We have so much technology. It's not like we're starving. It's not like we don't have the ability to produce huge amounts of food. We waste most of the food we have. Why is everyone so fucking poor? Why is everyone so poor that they have to run from job to job just to make ends meet? These people didn't have the technology that we had. And they had the time to sit there and intricately carve little stone statues, gargoyles, cherubs, stuff like that for hours and hours and days and days. They didn't starve. They had a roof over their head. What happened? What happened to that? We shouldn't have to be working so hard. Most of our days should be days off. But it's not like that, is it? They have to squeeze every ounce of productivity out of you they can. Slavery. This is modern slavery. You know, financial debt and like inflation and taxes and stuff like that. This is all a form of slavery. They got, you know, they don't have to keep you in chains anymore, but they can still make you a slave. It's not that hard. That's it though. That's just it. You don't have to be like it depends on how stupid you are, right? If you sign a loan for like a student loan, you're a pretty stupid slave, right? But if you signed a loan for like a house or something, you're less stupid. You get a house, but you're still a slave. But what are you supposed to do? Not live? Not live somewhere? They've gained the system. But this whole system is coming crashing down pretty soon. Pretty fucking soon with AI. Everybody's going to be replaced. No one's going to need to do shit. And so they're not going to want you here anymore. So what are they going to do? They're going to try to get rid of you. That's what they're going to do. They don't want the art that people can make. They don't want the ideas that people can generate, because ideas are nothing but trouble. Especially when you control everything. You own everything. Somebody with a good idea is nothing but trouble. Man, fuck these people. Not the people who built these beautiful artworks, these architectures, these cathedrals. But fuck these people who control banks and government and like high systems. You know, people at BlackRock and Vanguard and stuff like that. Just manipulate markets and throw people out on the street. Just so they can make more money that they can never spend. They're stealing art. They're stealing people's ability to express themselves. It was never about money back then. It wasn't hard to feed yourself. It wasn't hard to raise a family. Why is it now? In the 21st century, we have amazing technology, robotics, we have AI, we have miracles in medical technology. Why is it so fucking hard to raise a family and feed yourself? That can't be an accident. That can't be an accident.
Shaped building called a mortuary house. This was for revered burials and probably dates to the 11th or 12th century. Now, the founders of Ireland's early churches were often proclaimed as saints and their bones exhumed and placed in these mortuary houses. A few archaeologists...
Onia says, I was thinking about that too. The robber barons of the past would get respect by building a legacy. Yeah, sure. Like, they would build libraries and they would have like grant programs and, you know, and Alfred Nobel, he had tons of money and he made the Nobel Prize. Obviously, the Nobel Prize has been completely corrupted because Obama won it after bombing a bunch of people. So it's supposed to be called the Peace Prize, not the bomb the fuck out of people prize. You know, but yeah. You really feel like this, like a slave when you see what like medieval peasants had the time to do, and then you look at what you have to do all the time, and you're like, I don't get to do that. Why does that person have the time to carve something so beautiful? But I can't. I have to do a slapdash job and then drive to my next job and just try to accrue as much money as possible just so I can feed my kids. If I have kids at all. It's unfair. It's very unfair.
Archaeologists believe that this mortuary house was originally
He was a war prophet. Yes, he was a war profiteer. Of course. Yes, that doesn't mean he was necessarily a bad guy. I mean, I understand why you would think that. As somebody who profits off of the murder of millions of people. But the thing is, he had guilt about that. That's why he set up this trust, right? And made the Nobel Prize. So people that, it's the Nobel Peace Prize for a reason. So people that added to humanity in general would win the prize. But obviously, the Nobel community has been infiltrated and corrupted very deeply. So it's, if you win a Nobel Prize, I don't give a shit about you anymore.
Of St. Patrick, but we just don't know for sure. This spire-looking structure
19.
is a replica
One more.
of an ancient tower.
That's all I need is one more.
Found throughout Ireland. The
One
Irish
more.
Round Tower, as it's come to be known, is a stone silos structure unique to Ireland. They were originally
After you're
built as
done, Knobstock says, after you're done drinking, drink a liquid IV and use code Bahama John. That doesn't mean anything, though. There's no code Bahama John.
bell towers.
That's not a
but they
thing.
were also used as storage facilities and lookouts. Typically found near a church or a monastery, the door of the tower usually faced the west doorway of the church. Therefore, archaeologists have used round towers to locate the underground remains of lost churches all over Ireland. I think they're expecting me, so.
Background noise says, gotta crack some skulls to make an omelet. Well, it's about time. It's definitely about time. I think we're getting to a very weird point in human history, right? With technology the way it's coming, and people just being generally pissed off. I think we're probably coming to some sort of revolution, but I don't know exactly what that looks like, and I don't want to make predictions about what that's going to look like, because we're going to hit a singularity probably this year. Probably, if not by the summertime, by the end of the year or something like that, where work is not going to make sense. You going to work every day is not going to make any sense. You can be replaced easily by a computer or a robot. So what's the point of you showing up at all? Just so you have a job, so the government can prop up their numbers and be like, look how many jobs we created. We're not supposed to be creating fucking jobs. We're not supposed to be creating jobs. We're supposed to be removing jobs, so people have more time to express themselves how they see fit. People have brains, and that's why we want people to have ideas and brains and to like make art, even if it sucks, dude. Even if it's shitty art, as long as people are making art and like enjoying their lives to a certain degree, that's the point of creating all this technology and making society better. What are we doing? Why are so many people suffering with so much technology? We're not out of land. We're not out of crops. We're not out of sun or water or anything like that. Where is this scarcity coming from? It's manufactured. It's completely manufactured. Just so you're scared that you won't be able to feed your family. So you get out there every fucking day. You wake up, you put on your fucking socks. You brush your fucking teeth. You get in your stupid ass truck. And then you drive to a stupid job. And you do a slapdash job. Right? And then you overcharge. And then most of that goes to a fucking bank. Almost all of it. It makes me angry. I'm sorry. I am cursing a lot. But I'm just being a little Irish right now. I feel like I'm being Irish. It's stupid. It's stupid the way we set up society. And it's not us. It's not us. It's not you guys. It's not me. It's them. It's them doing it. And you just have to feel like a fucking slave, don't you? It's really, really stupid. I think people have had enough. I've certainly had enough. John Durden over here says couch turfing. She's right. I mean, this is just what I say on the internet. You should hear me in the private.
You called ahead.
Surviving towers range in height from about
19.
60
We
to
still have
130
19. You give me that 20th. You give me that 20th like.
feet. The lower portion had a single door raised 6 to 9 feet off the ground.
I know,
Only
David. It's St. Patrick's Day, so it's green. All right? All right? It's green.
accessible by a ladder. This
It's
was
green,
more
bro.
for structural integrity than
Come on.
defense, since the towers were generally built with very little
We're gonna burn this
foundation.
bitch down.
Many had 2 to 3
Starving Artist says, ask me nicely and I'll do it. Fuck you.
wooden doors inside with ladders in
Welcome,
between.
Starving Artist.
Slits near the top acted as defensible windows. Scholars
Okay,
estimate
Starving Artist, will you please kindly... I feel like I'm in Bioshock. Would you kindly... If you know anything about Bioshock, that's like a very deep, like MK Ultra type of a thing. Would you kindly hit the like button so I can do this final shot. I'm not saying it's going to be my last shot, but it's another shot. And I've already done like 3. Here, I'm going to put a little bit more. How about that? How about that, starving artist? I'm going to put a little bit more of this poison into this oversized shot glass, which is actually, it looks like a preserves jar or something like that. And don't call me a fucking pussy, because that's a big ass shot. All right? I don't drink on this show, except for those other 2 or 3 times. Maybe I'll make it a regular thing. Mondays. Mondays, right? Because why the fuck not? Anyways, hit the like button,
Estimate that about 120 round towers were built in Ireland between the 9th and 12th centuries.
Background note says, sorry, I thumbs down somehow. I just reversed my thumb. That might not be your fault. That might be Rumble.
They still exist in various states of ruin, but 18 to 20 are almost fully intact.
Yes, make burritos, Jess. Make those burritos.
Near St. Patrick's Memorial Church in Sulk is Sleeve Patrick, or Patrick Mountain. It's a great little hike.
Think about all this history, right? All this beautiful history that for centuries these people have fought for. And now they're just getting overrun by like Muslims, right? Just overrun by Muslims. Just every day they're just getting off of buses and boats and stuff. And they're paying for it too. Just buses and boats, and they're just coming in, they start stabbing people, and they're like, yeah, we're Irish. I'm like, dude, you're black. You have curly hair. You're stabbing me right now. I'm Irish. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm not saying I'm Irish. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they ain't Irish. The Irish, Ireland should be for the Irish, and England should be for the English, and all that jazz. And all that jazz. But I have a lot of faith in the Irish. They're drunk and belligerent enough to actually do something stupid. And I have a lot of respect for that.
To the summit, where there's an incredible view of Strangford Lough in the surrounding countryside.
Hey, Fotsy. Fotsy says, I just realized I've never catch John's stream live. Well, I've never seen you before, Fotsy. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat, more so. We're happy to have you.
At the top of Sleeve.
Fun fact, Fotsy is cunt in German. Oh, cool.
There's also this massive statue of St.
That is a
Patrick
fun
with
fact.
These bronze panels showing scenes from
Hey,
his
cunt.
life.
Says
In
Aeneas.
1932, on the 1500th anniversary of Patrick landing in this area,
He says,
the
oi.
owner of this property donated it to the Catholic
Fotsy,
Church.
where are you from? Are you German? Are you in Germany? Or, I mean, more, are you in Germany? Are you from Germany? Or are you from America? Where are you? Where are you right now?
As part of the 1500th anniversary celebration, construction began on this awesome memorial statue. Oh, and here's that amazing view.
Art and Share says, welcome, Fotsy. We love you. We love you, cunt.
Strangford Lough. I was
And
talking about
Knobsdog says,
earlier.
we're at 20, drink
Almost looks
faggot.
real, doesn't it?
To St. Patrick. Cheers, everybody. Horrendous. It's vodka. I don't. At least it's not whiskey. And it's Tito's. Tito's ain't bad. Tito's is not bad for vodka. I mean, like, even if I was drinking, like, Grey Goose or Kettle One, it wouldn't be much better. Right? Because Tito's, for a cheaper vodka, Tito's gets the job done, and it's actually for fairly quality. You know, you run it through a couple of coffee filters, and you basically have yourself Kettle One. Arden Share says $10 says he blacks out and calls in tomorrow. I'll take that bet.
You know, it's no wonder
I'll take that bet.
Patrick used
You're on, Arden Share. You are on.
clover, which are covering this entire hillside, as a way to teach the concept of the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. He's a truly gifted teacher.
Gullet filler shots. Because we don't have any shot glasses, dude. We're not like a drinking family. And then we just had this from, I honestly don't know why we had this. Maybe we had a party. We have parties sometimes. So it's probably from the last party we had. And, by the way, I'll invite you all to a party if you guys want to come and then like put up tents. I have an acre. And we can I have a big lawn. We can all put up tents and like have bonfires. And we can sacrifice, I don't know, Scott. He's old. We can sacrifice Scott. No one cares about him. By the way, if anybody wants to donate, I'm not against that. But I'm not going to ask for that either. You guys don't have to. I seriously, you guys do not have to donate because, like, I mean, I do this for money, and I do want to make money. But if you guys are not in the position to donate, please do not put yourselves out. I'm okay. We're fine. But I would like it if you donate. But don't put yourselves out. Think of yourselves first, but think of me second.
This is the Hill of Slain in County Mead. This site
Scott says I'm Gen X for fuck's sake. Sure, right. So is Jess's dad.
Has been connected to Patrick for centuries. Now the tradition of this place goes back to
He's a grandpa. You know?
433 AD when Patrick lit a paschal fire here in defiance of the local pagan king. Paschal comes from the Hebrew word Pesach, meaning Passover. Now, the Paschal fire celebrates the Passover mystery of salvation through Jesus Christ, and it is lit in many churches just before Easter.
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, Patrick challenged royal authority by lighting the Paschal
Scott
fire.
says I'm only 51. Ew. 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 Die already, bro. Bro. Come on. Ew. Ew.
The hill slain on the night of Easter Eve. It chants.
Jess's dad just turned 60. So, I'm just saying, do you have grandkids? I'm not going to have grandkids at 51. When I'm 51, my kids will be... My oldest is going to be like 13. No. So he's born when I was 32. So when I'm 51, he'll be about 18. So I might be a grandpa, which I'd be fine with. Because here's the thing. For decades, the public education system has told kids that the worst thing you can do is have a family. The worst thing you can do is knock a girl up and you know, get her pregnant and have a family and stuff like that. That's the worst thing you can do. Oh, it's just terrible. It's just, you're making more little fucking bastards. That's terrible. It's not. It's not the worst thing you can do. It, in fact, is probably the best thing you can do. It's the thing that will give your life meaning. Will actually keep you on a straight and narrow. Will actually carry you further than you would possibly think. I know people my age that don't have kids, that don't have a relationship, and are wrecks. Absolute wrecks. Don't listen to the education system. Obviously. I hate this entire anti-natalist movement where it's all like, oh, don't you want to like live your life for yourself? No. How about that? No, I don't. I don't want to just fucking live in debauchery and just, you know, be a fucking sinner my entire life. I want to actually live for a purpose and have some reason. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you? You stupid cunt. I hate that. I really do. Hey, Fotsy. All right. So Fotsy gave me a There we go. There's the bell for Fotsy. For $10, I love it. Here's $10 to the Tiny Nipple Foundation. Oh, I'm very sensitive about my nipples, or my nipples are very sensitive. Hopefully you can get the treatment you need. I don't need treatment. They're exactly the size I want them to be. I don't need like nipple enlargement. I don't, right? My nipples are fine. Here. For Fots. Here's for Fots. They are pretty fucking small. I'm not gonna lie. I'm full of testosterone though.
To be
That's
the
the thing.
occasion
I'm
of
full
a
of
pagan
testosterone.
festival at Terra, during which no fire may be kindled until the royal fire had been lit.
The Hill of Terra
I'm drinking
is
more.
over
I don't
there,
care.
about 10 miles away.
Because it feels
It was a
good.
significant pagan worship site going back millennia. It contains a number of ancient monuments, and according
Fotsy says John needs a tier 2 nipple transplant ASAP. I need 40 cc's of nipple over here. Stat. And then you have a syringe full of nipple.
to tradition, was the seat of the High King of Ireland.
Couch Surfing says, no, I like them just the way they are. I like to, Jess doesn't even let me play with her nipples anymore. I can't touch her nipples. Her nipples are business nipples. So it's like, you know, I can't like touch them or suck them or flick them or anything like that. A lot of fun things I used to do, right? I don't get to do no more, right? Because they're constantly getting chewed on and spit out. But being a parent is being a parent. There's trade-offs, right? I'm happy with the decisions I made.
Throughout Ireland, we see evidence of ancient pagan
Obedience says John has nips slightly bigger than an infant's. Yep, that's true.
cultures.
Yep, I have an infant. I have two. And they both have my nipples. I was like, this is my kid. I can barely see the nipple. I can barely see that thing. I can barely see the nipple.
Usually the evidence is in the form of a human-made stack of stones called a cairn. Cairns have been used all over the ancient world for all sorts of purposes, from burial
By the way, have you played The Witcher 3? The word cairn reminded me of the game The Witcher 3, and that is like such a good game.
monuments, defensive structures, religious ceremonies, or to mark hunting grounds, or even to map the planets and stars. On the Hill of Terra, you can see remains of different types of pagan cairns, from this monolithic marker on top to this more elaborate and mysterious Mound of the Hostages, which contains a series of burial and storage chambers.
A large fire here at the Hill of Slain, or over on the Hill of
Onia says Tipsy John's fun. I'm not tipsy. I'm drunk.
Terra, which you can see on the horizon behind me. would
No,
be
I'm not
visible
sure. I
to
don't
the
know.
other, especially in the dark of night.
Cheers.
Here's how Muirchew, a writer from the late 600s.
Wait, should I ask for more? Should I ask for more likes for this? No, only got 20. All right, whatever. I don't care.
Described Patrick's challenge to the Druids at Terra that evening.
The
getting
custom
much
was that
easier.
whoever lit a fire before the king on that one night of the year, Easter's Eve, would be put to death.
Now I realize that it wasn't the alcohol; it was my sobriety.
Patrick lit the Paschal fire
That's why it wasn't hard. Yeah, because that one was not difficult.
before the king on the Hill of Slain. The people saw Patrick's fire throughout the plain, and the king ordered a number of chariots to go and seize Patrick. The king
I can pronounce Terra. Terra.
exclaimed, "If we do not extinguish this flame, it will sweep over all Ireland." Seeing that the heathen were about to attack him, Patrick rose and said clearly and loudly, "May God come up to scatter his enemies, and may those who hate him flee from his face." By
Based.
Patrick's
Based.
curse in the king's presence, 7 times 7 men fell, and the king, driven
144. That's 7 times 7.
by fear, came and bent
Wait, 7 times 7. Yeah.
his
Or is that
knees
21?
before the holy man.
I don't know. I'm not a math genius. I don't have a frozen Asian. The closest I have is fucking Ardenshire. Arden, can you do the math for me?
Many have called this Patrick's Elijah-type encounter with the pagan leaders here in this region. Patrick, who had stoked his fire in honor of Christ's resurrection, so impressed
Onia says 77, and that makes perfect sense to me.
the local population that the High King ordered the protection of Patrick and his new religion in this area. The Hill of
I'm not
Slain
slurring
has
anything.
been marked as a Christian
I
site
started this stream bone sober, right? Like dry as a bone. So
ever since. Over the centuries,
It's only
it has
been an
even
hour
been
and a half.
considered a center of Christian learning.
But
These
here
are
I
the
go.
ruins of a
I'm
friary
sliding
church
down.
and college that were last restored
Here I
in
go.
1512. The friary was ultimately abandoned in 1723 and has since fallen into
and
disrepair.
Oneas was like,
The
he's
ruin-
calling in tomorrow. He's calling in tomorrow. And I will not. I'm not gonna call in tomorrow. I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna do my jokes and I'm gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna do the whole last thing. You know why? Because I don't care how good I do. I don't give a shit how good I do.
include this 62-foot Gothic-style tower.
Ardenshire says 7 times 7 is 49 and U.S. education has failed you. Yep, checks out. All those facts check out.
What an incredible archaeological site.
Fotsy, tell me where you are right now. Did he tell me? Where are you, Fotsy?
So, Patrick had an early victory for the gospel here at the Hill of Slain. With the support of the local king, this event gave Patrick momentum in this region of Ireland. However, as Patrick expanded his preaching, there are accounts of Druid kings in other regions trying to ambush and kill Patrick nearly a dozen times.
He's in Seattle, moved here from Pompano Beach. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
In confession, Patrick wrote,
Seattle sucks, bro. I mean, and Pompano is not like that bad, but like Seattle, I mean, compared, it really depends on where you are. Pompano is like expensive, right? If you want to be in like the nice part, but like Seattle is like, it's not as nice, and it's like there's more homeless than Pompano Beach.
Daily I expect murder, fraud, or captivity, but I fear none of these things because of the promises of heaven. The merciful God often freed me from slavery and from 12 dangers in which my life was at stake, not to mention numerous plots. God is my witness, who knows all things even before they come to pass.
I have 22 likes, guys. I have 22 likes. And if I get 25, I'll do this next shot. I don't want to like force you guys to like what I'm doing, but if you want to see me destroy myself,
He used to forewarn even me of many things
I
by
love
a
you
divine
guys.
message. I came to the people of Ireland to preach the gospel and to suffer insults from the unbelievers. I am prepared to give even my life without hesitation and most gladly for his name. And it is there that I wish to spend it.
Foxy says it's where all the rich people live. In Pompano Beach, yeah. Yeah, Pompano Beach, California. Yeah, there's a lot of rich people there. Yeah.
Until I die.
Tradition tells us that it was
And
at the
Seattle sucks. Seattle sucks. I mean, it used to be cool back in the 90s when they had like, you know, the coffee houses and like the grunge scene and stuff like that. Now Seattle sucks. It's just heroin addicts and AIDS victims.
the Hill of Slain, where Patrick first used a shamrock, a three-leafed clover, to explain the Holy Trinity to the Druid culture. In pagan Ireland, 3 was a mystical number. The Druids also had a number of triple deities, where 3 different gods were worshipped together in a triad. It is said that Patrick capitalized on widespread cultural myths to teach the triune nature of the Christian God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Ultimately, the pagan culture
Hey, Brandon.
started referring to the God of the Bible as the God of the 3 faces. In church art, Patrick is often depicted holding a shamrock in one hand.
How did
The
I lose a
shamrock
like?
has also been
How did I
considered a
lose a like? Somebody took away their thumb. Somebody took away their thumb.
symbol for St. Patrick's Day in the church for centuries. However, in American culture, the shamrock has lost its connection with Patrick's teaching of the triune nature of God. In fact, the shamrock is now more of a good luck charm associated with the luck of the Irish, especially the rare 4-leaf version. While
It's not that rare. If you go and look in a patch of like clovers, if you look for like 10 minutes, you'll be able to find a 4-leaf clover. It's like a 1 in 100 or something. It's not that rare. You should be able to find one. Apparently.
Patrick maintains his position
I
as
found
the
one.
patron saint of Ireland, the shamrock also maintains its status as the national emblem of Ireland, even to this day. So, let's return to Ireland for the next stop in our
Hey,
journey
Anpu.
through the life of St. Patrick.
Ampu says, I think that means you need to take a shot. You just got here, and it's only 22 shots. If I get 25 shots, I'll take it. If I get 25 likes, I'll take another shot. And you guys, I'm trying to like increase my tolerance to the alcohol, to the drug that is alcohol, so I can hang when I go to Vegas in a month. April 20th or something like that.
This is Westport in the county of Mayo on the extreme western side of Ireland.
Oh,
I'm in
24,
a
pretty
stunning
close.
U-shaped
It's
valley
pretty close.
created by
You guys are monsters. You guys are absolute because you know what the first thing I'm going to do after I get off this trip? I'm going to beat my wife. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to beat her solid. And that'll be your fault. That'll be your fault.
by an ancient glacier flowing into Clew Bay. Now, in 441 AD, tradition holds that
David the Rope says, how rare is a 4-leaf clover? The rarity of the 4-leaf clover is often cited as 1 in 10,000. But some studies suggest it could be as freaking as 1 in 5,000. Well, I've definitely found one. It shouldn't... But that seems pretty rare.
Patrick spent 40 days on the summit of that mountain up there,
And Pumesis says, and then throw up on her. That's only when I'm having sex with her.
praying, fasting, and seeking God.
But that's not because she's like disgusting, because she's not. She's very pretty. But I'm just a degenerate, and I like what I like. I likes what I likes.
Let's drive a few miles for a closer look.
Despite says you should have started conditioning a lot sooner. I don't disagree. Still 24. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
This is Crow Patrick, meaning Patrick's Stack, known locally as the Reek. The mountain is one of the highest peaks in Western Ireland at 2,507 feet, overlooking Clew Bay and the countryside of County Mayo. Many consider this the holiest mountain in
There's a
all
horse.
of Ireland, with a tradition of pilgrimage going back some 5,000
Oh,
years.
so you don't see the horse.
Before Patrick, it was a place for pagan
That's a good
rituals,
horse.
including a major celebration at the beginning of the harvest season. Since Patrick, it's been a place for
David the Rope says, got to train for that kind of heavy lifting. I'm going against the likes of Forest Mommy. All right. So FOMO is going to meet me there, and we're going to lock eyes. And then she's going to try to drink me under the table. I'm going to be like, no, you don't, bitch. No, you don't. No, you don't. And then we're just going to go crazy. And then we're probably going to do some karaoke.
for pilgrims to honor his 40-day fast
Yep.
and his sold-out dedication.
That is a
to
bomb-ass
Jesus Christ.
horse, right? Thank you, Fox. 23 again. Who's unliking it? It's so funny. I don't care.
This is Marisk Abbey at the base of the mountain. It was founded in 1457 as a
David says Mersh will murder your liver, though. I don't know, dude. I'm bigger than Mersh. So, but he is a pretty proficient drinker.
friary to help
So, I don't
instruct the
know.
local Catholics in their faith. It is built on a site traditionally connected to a simple church that St. Patrick built. Due to suppression during the Reformation period, the friars were driven out in 1577.
I will try to hang with Mersh. Man, I think me and Mersh will get along pretty well. And he's a funny guy. I'm a funny guy. I think we're going to do just fine. And he's going to drink a lot, and then I'm going to drink a lot, and then we're going to start slurring at each other. And I think we're going to be like really cool about it. So I'm going to do that. I'm looking forward to hanging out with Mersh, honestly. I've hung out with Royce quite a bit. I've met Mersh once in person, but it'd be cool.
Are ruins of a church with one central aisle and the east wing of the friary buildings. Behind the main altar
Mersh is not. Well, yeah, I guess he is fatter now. Yeah, I guess he is.
space, that east window is the finest feature of
But
the
I don't
ruins.
know.
To this day,
We'll see. We'll find
still
out.
has an incredible view of the
Somebody hit the like button so I could just fucking
Each
drink
year,
this.
the Reek attracts about 1 million visitors. On the last Sunday in July, known as Reek Sunday, over 25.
David Therope says, imagine your gym time was spent in a bar times 10. So I spend about 45 minutes a day in the gym. Like almost every day. So that would be like 3 hours in a bar every night. I would be trash.
1,000 pilgrims climb the mountain on that single day alone. Prayer meetings are held on the way up, and masses are held in the small church.
Nabzak says, how did you meet Royce? How did I meet Royce? How did I meet Royce? Honey! I think he was like messaging my wife or something like that. Or my wife, something about that. Like we just started talking online somehow.
Chapel at the summit. Some even
I'm
climb
not
the
gonna
mountain.
just drink it, dude. I'm not gonna just drink it. And now it's at 22. So people are actively trying to get me not to drink.
barefoot as an act of penance.
This is the official starting
Yeah, I think I met Royce just we just started talking online
point for the pilgrimage hike.
years ago.
St. Patrick himself. A local priest erected this awesome statue in 1928 with money he raised in America. Now, at the summit is St. Patrick's Chapel. There's archaeological evidence of a chapel being on that summit since the late 5th century. The current version was built in 1905.
I knew I wouldn't have time to make it to the top, but I couldn't help going about halfway just to get a taste of the experience that drives so many pilgrims up this mountain. I also couldn't help thinking about Patrick's legacy, an ordinary man with a life of hardship. Patrick's renown has
Anpu says my like identifies as 25 likes. I don't play that game. I'm sorry. I love you, Anpu, but that's not how I play.
lived on here for a millennia and a
You're
half.
at 24, you're always gonna be
inspiring
at
the
24.
faith and devotion of millions.
You were assigned 24 at birth.
All because he was willing to suffer for God.
Based. Suffer for God. Absolutely based.
So many followers of Christ, myself included, can be tempted to spend our
Myself included. Nice.
lives pursuing our own dreams. And yet Patrick's life is a call to something greater. What God can do with a simple person with extraordinary faith is immeasurable. So many places in Ireland would simply be just another
Based.
hill or mountain, but have enormous historical significance because of Patrick's legacy of faithfulness. The next such place was about a half-an-hour drive away, at an 800-year-old abbey.
As I drove away from Croagh Patrick, I visited Ballintubber Abbey, an incredible monastery with a long history in County Mayo.
Fotsy says, these nerds are trying to keep you from drinking because they think they know what's good for you. You should take 2 shots to spite the chat. See, what they're trying to do is trying to make me show up for work tomorrow on Daywave. And they think I'm going to put in my 100%. I'm not. I don't get paid on Daywave. I do Daywave for fun. So I'll do Daywave purposely badly. And yeah. I'll do it bad on purpose.
Now, among the ruins is this ancient well, which is the traditional
Give me $10, I'll
for
do the shot.
Patrick's baptisms in this region of Ireland. Now, it's said this stone, alongside the baptismal pool, bears the imprint of St. Patrick's knee, because he performed so many baptisms here.
Ania says, John never tries on Daywave. That's why he's always muted. I'm not muted. People just don't laugh at my jokes.
This is the historic city of Armagh in
Still
Northern
24.
Ireland. Since the time of Patrick, Armagh has been considered an education center, known as
Fotsy says, I'll give another $10 for a shot, but you have to phone it in tomorrow on Daywave. Deal. Yeah, okay, deal. Absolutely deal. I will come in stoned as fuck, dude. Like, I'll take a huge bong rip right before Daywave goes live. And then I'll just be like this. Absolutely. 100%. Because what is Royce going to do? Fire me? He's not going to fire me. He doesn't even pay me. Dude, he still sends me the link every single day. I don't give a fuck, bro. Give me the $10. I'll take a shot. And I'll come in naked tomorrow. I'm not going to come in naked. But, yeah, I'll phone it in. I don't care. Royce won't care either. Dude, okay, there we go. You're an asshole. You're an asshole, but that's pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. I'll give it $10 for Fotsy. Says, I'll be watching. And cheers to Fotsy here.
as the city
Prost.
of saints and scholars. After centuries of Christian monasteries, the educational tradition continued with the founding of the Royal School in 1608, the Armagh Observatory in 1790, and St. Patrick's College in 1834. In about
You're going to pull a Virgie?
Patrick built a
No. You know why? Because I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep tonight before I go fucking back onto Daywave. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to stay up till 10 a.m. and be completely drunk. I'm going to sleep.
stone
But
church
here,
and
watch this.
declared
I have to
Armagh
pee.
the central
have to
church
pee.
of Ireland. St. Patrick is considered the first bishop of Armagh, and the Church of Ireland has been on this site ever since. Since Patrick, the church itself has been destroyed and rebuilt over a dozen times. The last significant restoration on the current structure was between 1834 and 1840. In addition to the cathedral, these steep streets going to the city below are rich with history. This is the Armagh Robinson Library, founded in 1771. And this is the city's former infirmary, dating to 1774. Even many of these houses near the cathedral still survive from the 1700s. And on the neighboring hill, way over there, you can see another awesome cathedral. Let's go check it out. Patrick established Armagh as his central church in Ireland. Now, this incredible Roman Catholic cathedral over on the next hill has been built in various phases between 1840 and 1904.
I'm feeling good, guys. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Wearing my green, and I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna smoke some weed. It went somewhere.
It serves as the seat of the Catholic Archbishop of Armagh, primate of all Ireland. Although there is a tumultuous history between Catholics and Protestants here in Northern Ireland, the two cathedrals dedicated to St. Patrick here in Armagh are currently very cordial to one another.
Okay.
Many consider these two churches on neighboring hillsides as a powerful symbol of Christian reconciliation.
So I might go, when it hits 10 o'clock, I might go premium. Just because sometimes, well, I need to hit a certain amount of premium so I can remain in the creator program. But I might go premium, and then the rest you go over to Mersh's. And then, you know, that is what it is. But we'll see.
And unity.
Oh, I have to watch more Severance. I'm sorry. I can. I have to watch more Severance. Which is a good show, honestly. I'm getting lit, guys.
There are dozens of churches here in Ireland that bear St. Patrick's name and probably have some sort of connection to an event in his life. We just can't visit them all. However, we would be derelict in our drive-through history duties if we didn't take you to the most famous one here in Ireland. The next stop, the capital city of Dublin.
Knobsdog says there's no day wave tomorrow. Is there not? Is there no day wave tomorrow? Is there no day wave tomorrow? Because I thought he would be back on Tuesday. I don't know why I'm checking my phone like it says. But, actually, it might say if I checked Messenger. He said, no, it wouldn't say that. I should fucking text him and be like, hey, Royce. Hey, Royce. Hey, Royce. He would ignore it. He would fucking ignore it. He'd be like, God damn it, John. It's so weird how me and Royce became friends, dude, because it was just the most random occurrence. And I was like, so I've been doing comedy for like over a decade, right? Like stand-up. And for some reason, we just became, he was on the Facebook comedy group, and for some reason, like him and my wife become friends, and then like we all jumped in, and I don't know, this was like 5 years ago. And then at some point he was just like, you should be on my show. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. And then I was on his show, and then he was like, you should really do something. You should do your own show because you're good. And I was like, okay, I'll do my own show. And now here I am like years late, like 2 years later, 2 years next month, doing this. And it's really been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool. I mean, I'm pretty happy about how it turned out. Weird. Life is a weird fucking thing, right? Am I out of liquor? Nope. I am sure not out of liquor. But I might go premium here first for a minute. I might go premium. 15 minutes. I might go premium. Namzak says, holy shit, John's drunk. Yeah, but this is not the first time you see me drunk. I think I did. I think I got drunk off of a gin last time. Yeah, I was drunk off gin. I had gin and tonics, which is my usual drink. Usually, if I get drunk, I'll get drunk off of gin because I'm a depressed mother. So McSlashio Sulky, yes. Dude, you guys don't even know. I used to be a fucking alcoholic, and it was a problem for a long time. Now I don't drink all that often, but when I do, here I am. I'm not about to pass out. I'm not.
This is the famous St. Patrick's Cathedral of Dublin. Since 1869, this has been considered the national
Despite
cathedral.
I'm pretty far from blacking out. Like, I'm gonna need like hours from blacking. I don't even have enough alcohol to black out.
Cathedral of the Church
I
of
would
Ireland.
need an entire another
Well,
bottle.
history tells us that some sort of church has been on this site since 890 AD. Construction on the current building
Aeneas says poor Roy's gonna be surrounded by two drunk Irish in Vegas. Virgie's not coming.
began
Virgie's
in
not
1220. With its 141-foot
I
spire,
hope he does.
St. Patrick's
I would love to
Cathedral
see him.
is the
I don't know what Virgie looks like. I bet he's like ridiculous.
tallest and
Ridiculous
largest church
looking.
in Ireland.
Can somebody please put a 25th like on this?
And the massive interior of St. Patrick's Cathedral is simply stunning.
I know, it's 24 likes.
According to tradition,
Yes,
Patrick
Marsh is
performed
Irish. Yes, Marsh is very Irish. Michael Sheely. Yes, he's very Irish.
many of his baptisms at a well near
I might pop in his chat, right? But probably not.
in the early
If he invites me on his show, then I'll pop up. How about that? If you guys pitch that, like, hey, invite John, and then he sends me a link, then I'll pop in on a show. Otherwise, I don't know.
1900s, archaeologists discovered a number of stone grave markers from the 10th century at a park
I'm not gonna
next
be in a
door.
fucking chat like a peasant. Like you peasants. You fucking peasants.
One of the stone slabs covered the entrance to an ancient
Peasants.
well, and some scholars believe that this was St. Patrick's well, where he performed baptisms.
The stone marker is now here at St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Fotsy says, I seen Virgie eat ranch flavored ice cream. He looked like Kevin Smith character. Ew. 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 What the fuck? Was it also vanilla flavored? Because of vanilla flavored and then, like, no, dude. Eggs and ice cream? No, sir.
St.
That's
Patrick's
disgusting.
Cathedral in Dublin is a fitting tribute to the huge
Onia says, Merce John Virgie drunk show. Oh my god, that'd be so good, dude. That'd be so fucking funny. That'd be so fucking funny. I'm not going to pitch that, but if you can pitch that and like make that happen, I will absolutely 100% be a part of it.
impact and incredible legacy of St. Patrick here in Ireland.
There's no eggs and
Patrick
ranch.
died on March
I'm sorry. What is ranch but almost exclusively mayonnaise? Yeah, so there's lots of eggs and ranch.
17th, 461 AD. Now, we don't know the circumstances surrounding his death, but it appears that it was just old age. Before his death, St. Patrick wrote this.
Patrick the sinner, an unlearned man, to be sure. None should ever
Stupid fuck.
say that it was my ignorance that accomplished any small thing.
He was not stupid. Being unlearned, being uneducated is not a sin in any manner. It's not. You could be very intelligent and be unlearned. And I think St. Patrick was one of those people. There's a lot of those people. And I've met a lot of people who are very stupid, but well educated. But let's say well indoctrinated. Because you're not well educated. Well educated means you're good at critical thinking to a certain degree. But a lot of people that go to college who spend six figures, getting something stupid, they're not the critical thinking type. And that's not to say they, were stupid from the get-go, because you can make a bad financial decision, especially when you're 18. But that doesn't... A lot of people think going to college makes you smart. It is the furthest thing from the truth. It is the absolute furthest thing from the truth. And you shouldn't think somebody is smart just because they went to college. I know I don't have to tell this group, because they seem smart enough to know that.
It was the gift of God.
I mean, you guys.
We have one more stop in the life of St. Patrick, the place where he's laid to rest.
Nabzak says he was an Italian brought to Ireland and he's a slave. No, he was English. He was English, but his father was in the Roman hierarchy, right? That doesn't mean he was Italian. That just means he was English, but his father was part of the Roman. You don't have to be English to be a part of a political system, or Italian to be a part of a. You know what I mean, right? He wasn't Italian. He was English. His father was in the Roman Senate or something like that. But that doesn't mean he was Roman or Italian in any way. He was just English, but worked for them.
Despite some claims that St.
But here's the thing about Italians. I'm Italian. I'm a Northern Italian. And so the thing about Italians is most Italy before Rome was fairly unpopulated. When Rome was founded, it was founded by a group of Polish that had actually moved down to Rome because there was a famine that was going on in the Polish territory at that town. And then the king decided to move his entire kingdom down to Rome where he could grow more food. And so a lot of Northern Italians are actually Polish people. Many, many centuries ago. It had to do with gaming for some reason. I can't exactly remember why.
Patrick is buried at Saul, long tradition puts his grave here.
And Pumessa says
beside
Trojans.
Down Cathedral, just a few miles away.
It could be. I'm not an expert at history. I actually kind of suck at history. Yeah, that's it. I suck at history. So, maybe. History is very interesting. But the thing about history is you have to be a good historian, you have to dissect lies, which means you're kind of a reporter. So, most historians, professional historians, aren't good reporters. So, a lot of history is a lie. It is. A lot of history is a lie.
In the period following
that
St.
we
Patrick's
believe.
death, the Hill of Down came to be regarded as his burial place. There are references to early monasteries on this site from the 6th century onward. In 1183,
How am I
Benedictine
only at
monks
24 likes? Give me another like.
established a monastery here, parts of which are built into the
me
present
another.
structure. They left in 1538, and the monastery gradually fell into ruins. Toward the end of the 18th century, a number of notable families in County Down raised funds to restore the building that you see here. Today, Down Cathedral is known as the Cathedral Church of the Holy Trinity. It's an Anglican church that opens its doors to all visitors, honoring the legacy of Patrick.
Regarding his legacy, the historian Thomas Cahill wrote, "Only this former slave had the right instincts to impart to the Irish a new story, one that made sense of all their old stories and brought them a peace they had never known before."
Scott says, so Italians and Polacks, that explains a lot. Yeah, but it might not be true. That's the thing about history, right? All you're taught is to repeat. It's always repeating. You're not really finding out. Well, I guess you are finding out. But a lot of it, when you're taught in college, is just repeating. Repeat this, repeat that, and you pass the history exam. But that's not really what history is. And that's just not modern reporting and stuff. So history is a lot harder than it seems. And it should be. It should be.
Because
Stop
of
it,
Patrick, a barbarian
I'm gonna drink
man
this.
lay down the swords of battle, flung away the knives of sacrifice, and cast away the chains of slavery.
In 1900, this granite boulder was placed here, inscribed with a cross in the name Patrick. Many scholars agree this simple slab is the probable location
There we go, 25
of Patrick's
likes.
burial site.
I did the shot.
Returning to our comparison of St. Patrick to King David, Psalm 78 says,
Knob Sugg says 25 likes, drink faggot. That's really nice. That's really nice. You're a really nice person, Knob. I drank it. Are you happy? Are you happy that I drank it and I drank it? I drank it.
he chose David his servant and took him from the sheep pens. From tending the sheep, he brought him to be the shepherd of his people Jacob,
Nips.
of Israel, his inheritance. And David shepherded them with integrity of heart. With skillful hands, he led them. Psalm 78, 70 through 72. What a powerful picture of St. Patrick's similar legacy here in Ireland. In his 30 years of ministry, St. Patrick is credited with baptizing 120,000 people and founding
Holy shit.
300 churches in Ireland. In the following century,
Scott says Gannett. No. Who says I'm leaving?
Irish missionaries
just
such
kidding,
as
I'm leaving.
Columba sailed back to Britain and Europe, where they evangelized the heathen hordes which had overrun the Roman Empire. Irish missionaries also circulated the so-called Code of Patrick in Britain, where it laid the foundation for English common law. And, maybe most importantly, monks like Columba established a network of monasteries dedicated to Christian learning and the preservation of the handwritten biblical manuscripts. There's one ancient monastery that's been on my bucket list for quite some time. And since I was in Ireland, I decided to go for it. Here's the story of Skellig Michael.
Well, Skellig Michael is going to have to wait because we are out of here. We are out of here. I'm going to go watch Severance. That's what I'm going to do. And I hope you guys had a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something, you know, because I sure as hell didn't. No, I did. I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for watching the Sulk stream. And yes, I had some. Alright, I'm going to do one last one. I'm going to do one last one for you guys. Alright? Because I love you guys so much. And I'm going to do one last one. And then I'm going to send you guys over to Mersh's. Alright? Is that okay? And you guys go over to Mersh. And you tell them how much you love the Incredible Sulk. And how much you love John. And how much you love my show. Because I would like to be on ROTC. Honestly, I would. But I don't. It gets complicated. Don't do that. Don't do that. I hope you guys have a good night. I love you guys so much. Cheers and prost and salute in whatever language you speak. Cheers. Drink some water. Get a good night's sleep. Take care of yourselves, because I care about you too. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you so much. Good night.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster too. Government lies, they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth, setting fire to their control. I got small nipples, but my voice is loud, blowing like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke, unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.